Christie here, back with another scrapbooking process video. I was super inspired by the Maggie Holmes Heritage collection. Let me show you what happened. Oh boy, I don't know if this is going to stay together, but I was working on my March Project Life spread, and this is what it looks like. I haven't finished, clearly. There's one mix. And was totally inspired when I saw the colors. So I have, can you see it? Yeah, you can see it well. So this was what I did. I lay it all out. I always edit my pictures, and then I lay them all out, and then I add little bits and bobs before I slide them in the page protectors. So I had these all laid out, and I noticed this color jumping out at me. This is my brother's wedding. This is my new sister-in-law and her dad. So anyways, I saw this color jumping out at me, and I remembered that the new Maggie Holmes collection, Heritage, has this color exactly. So I decided to bust it out. I just got it. I have a lot of the collection. I have the paper pad. I have most of the 12 by 12 papers. I have the chipboard and the stickers and the alphabets. So I pulled it all out, and I am going to create a 9 by 12 page that will coincide with that spread, with a pocket page. So I messed up. Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I would love for you to be a part of my YouTube community. So if you hit the subscribe button, if you like what you see, I would love it. And if you want to be notified when I post new videos, you can just hit the notification bell, and it will notify you when I post a new video. So I post various videos. I post haul videos. I post process videos. I am going to do a scrap area tour soon. I also do a feature on Fridays called 15-minute Fridays, where I work for 15 minutes, get some stuff accomplished, and then show you the finished product in photos at the end. So, welcome. I am super excited to scrap these pictures. I love the colors in her wedding. Beautiful wedding. She did an amazing job. She did a lot of work herself. She's like an interior decorator, so there was a lot of stuff that she did herself. It was beautiful. It was a destination wedding in the Keys. So excited to scrap these pictures, and I am going to go ahead and put you on fast forward and see what we can come up with. So I decided on my pictures, and you see, well, I took them off, but the pictures there on the right hand side, there's 4 pictures from the wedding, and yeah, I'm going to use those. So I started off with some clear gesso, and I left this part in, but this does not go well for me. So I ended up putting down some white gesso just because I like the effect of the white, how it masks out some of the color. So I put the white gesso on there, and I go ahead and use these Lindy's Stamp Gang powders. All right, so this is where it goes wrong. So one of the colors I used was this gold color, and it's very mustardy. I put a little bit on my packaging, and then I added some water. And as you can see, I did not use my paintbrush to mix it around. And that's where I went wrong. Do you see that giant blue spot? Yeah, not so much. I even brought my picture back to see if it would show, and it was like so obvious. I did not like it. I tried everything. I even tried adding some shimmers. I was just not happy that big blue spot. So my recommendation for you when using the Lindy's is to definitely use your paintbrush on the packaging to mix it up before putting it on your paper. Somehow I lost some footage, so I ended up getting a second piece of the same paper and doing just that. I put it on the packaging, added water, used a paintbrush with a little water to swish it around, and then put it on my layout or on my background paper. And then as you can see, I also used the Vicky Bouton stencil. I believe that came in one of my Hip Kit color kits, but I used the floral and some white modeling paste to add the flowers to the background and add some dimension. I decided that these two pictures were going to go side by side in the middle of the layout, so I went ahead and mounted them on this gorgeous wood grain paper so that I could have them together and in one piece. I ripped the bottom edge. I really like ripping the edges because it adds more dimension and another layer of kind of interest to your photos. So this is kind of what it's going to look like here. I have the two pictures, one on top, one on bottom. Those are actually the professional pictures that my sister-in-law posted a couple on Facebook, and I just saved them. So I also added more paper to the wood grain and some tissue paper as well. And these flowers are fussy cut out of pattern paper from the Maggie Holmes Heritage collection, and I really love all the florals. It's one of the things that I love about Maggie Holmes designs is all the florals that she includes, because I am a floral lover. Sorry guys, I'm just like, I worked on this layout probably starting about 3 weeks ago. So sometimes when I'm looking back and doing the voiceover, I'm like waiting for things to happen so that I could see what I did. Anyways, I added that together piece that was from the cut apart sheet. A lot of these papers are from the paper pad because I wanted to use the ones that were single-sided. I ended up using the background paper is part of the paper pad and it's single-sided. It is a little bit thinner, but I like that I'm not having to decide between the A side or the B side. So I took out the die cuts from the collection to see what I could add to the layout to add some more little bits and bobs, and I added the vellum wreath down at the bottom with the black, and I like how that brings that pop of black. So I have the together up top on that little 3x4 card, and then I have the vellum wreath, and then I have the chipboard piece. So I'm adding the layers of black. I also opened up my stickers, and those stickers are amazing. You actually get like 8 sheets of stickers, so I end up using quite a few of the flowers, and I don't remember what else from that sticker book. Sorry, I keep yawning. This should be the funniest voiceover ever, honestly. Alright, so looking at these pieces, trying to figure out what to put on here, I went ahead and decided to start gluing down the florals and all of the pieces so that I could make sure that everything was glued down before moving on. I end up flipping through this book. I spend a lot of time hemming and hawing on this page, and I don't know, I didn't struggle. there were so many products. So I hadn't used any of the Maggie Holmes Heritage collection yet, and I had basically the whole collection. So it was so hard to choose things because everything was so beautiful. So I really struggled because I had it all available to me, which sometimes makes it harder rather than easier, even though it all matches. Alright, so I'm using my T-square ruler to make sure that I have this picture, because I'm going to glue the picture down. So I'm going to make sure that it's straight. I've got it straight. I'm going to add my glue. And this is Scotch Quick Dry in my fine liner bottle. And then I put the magnets down. You guys know that I love my magnets from the We Are Memory Keepers in Basic Gray mats. I love how it holds it in place, especially on this mixed media. It's really hard to get things to adhere. I find that this Scotch Quick Dry works best, but it still you kind of have to hold it down in place for it to really adhere. Alright, so I added some florals to both sides of the two pictures there in the middle. The one picture is me, my mom, and my daughter, and the other picture is me and Danny. And I really, really love the colors in these pictures. The wedding was absolutely gorgeous. My sister-in-law did a beautiful job. She did a lot of the decorating and such herself, and it was gorgeous. She kind of had like the boho chic kind of look. If you see the top picture, the shaped kind of, not an arch. My stepdad made it actually for them, and it's kind of like an octagon. So super, super cute. Everything was so pretty, and it was hard to really scrapbook these pictures, and I feel like I was kind of nervous because I wanted to do them justice. So yeah, but this line was perfect because it had that blush color, had a lot of florals, which her wedding had a lot of florals, a lot of cactus, a lot of like macrame, really, really pretty. So here I'm adhering the other pictures on in the middle. I think I end up putting magnets on here too to make sure it sticks down. I cut the wreath because I wanted to be able to use the other piece somewhere else. I find that when I tuck things behind my pictures and layers, that I don't want to use the whole piece if it's something that I know that I could use somewhere else. So that's what I did there. I ended up trimming some of the piece off, and I do end up using that on this layout. So I'm not sure if you guys have seen the Heritage collection in person. I was kind of hesitant because I wasn't sure of the theme. I don't have a lot of older pictures, and so I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get some use out of it because I didn't know the overall feel of the collection. But it is absolutely gorgeous, and you do not have to use Heritage pictures, obviously, with this line. The colors are beautiful. It has like a smoky blue, a dusty blue, like a lavender color, and what else? This blush, some cream, some mustard, kind of mustard goldish. You can see on the left hand side the cut apart, and that has a good representation of the colors in this collection. And then the floral, there's like a pink blush floral, large one that you can see kind of in the chipboard, and I also added some to the right and left of the middle picture. But there's also this other floral that has more of a corally, maybe yellow mustard color. But I just really, really love the florals. Okay, here I'm adding more of the florals. So what I did to each little section is I went through each cluster and added little bits and bobs. So I added some of the clear floral stickers to each one, as you can see. And then I also added the black. There's like a black, little tiny black floral with a kind of a stem and leaves. I end up cutting the stem and leaves off and just using the tiny little flower. And I added those for little pops of black, because I liked pops of black to go kind of bring in those other black areas on the page. I got these Maggie Holmes dimensional butterflies. They have glitter, some gold glitter on them. And they have like wire, so the antennas are wire, but it also has a long wire in the back, which I'm not sure what it's intended for, but anyways, I cut that piece off. Here I am going through the die cuts, seeing what could possibly work on this page, because I wanted a little bit of layering, either behind the picture or by the floral. I ended up going back to the cut apart sheet and finding this stamp, and I cut that out, and I think it's right there on the right hand side. I ended up cutting a little bit more of it too. These are so cute. They are like the wax seals, but they are not hard. Like, I found that scrapbook companies in the past used to make these seals and they were hard. I think K & Company, I don't know if you remember K & Company, but they had them, they were super, super hard and very heavy. These are not. These are like literally rubber pieces. They are amazing. I had no idea that they were like that, but they are amazing. So don't be intimidated. They are not hard, heavy pieces as you remember in scrapbook collections. I went in here and added these gold leaves. These are part of the embellishment pack. It comes with these, and it also comes with some dimensional little roses. I did not use the roses, but I definitely used a couple. I think I used 3 or 4 of these gold leaves, just to add another little layer, a little pop of interest there on the page. I'm going back through the stickers. I add this gold bow right there between the 2 pictures. I end up adding some of the word phrases. Oh, here I'm cutting this stamp and like making it into an actual stamp. I thought I had like edited this part out, but anyways, I end up adding it. I cut it in half and I add it to the right hand side of the page. The right hand side of the pictures. I also add another black and white element here. It's just one of the die cuts, and then I end up cutting it in half so I can use the other. But yeah, I tuck it here behind the picture on the right just for another layer. That's one thing that I am loving and kind of obsessed with when I do my scrapbooking is I love layers. So I love adding dimension. I love adding layers behind my pictures. I just love it, as you can see from my pages. Some people are simple and they like less is more for them, and I am just not one of those people. For me, more is more. I think that's a Chamel saying. Why stop when you can have more? And more is more. So I really like how this page turned out, and I'm nearing the end here, looking for more little phrases to add to the photos. I end up adding, I love this. I end up adding, I can't remember what it says. Oh, these are the moments, maybe? down by the chipboard shape that says "Life is Lovely." I believe that's where I put that saying. I can't remember if that's what it says or not, but I'm pretty sure that's what it says. So that's the final page, and here are some close-ups. I really like how this turned out. I was not sure in the beginning how it would end up because of the faux pas with the Lindy Stamp Gang, but I am loving the end product. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let me know what you think. I love to hear from you, and I hope you have a great week. I will be back on Wednesday with a haul video, and talk to you later. Bye.